अब भेज दें इतना कंफ्यूजन।
Good afternoon, students. Now, this lecture is in continuation to where we left, that is a topic on algorithm and flowcharting. Algorithm I've already covered in my last video session. This session I'll be talking about what are flowcharts and the symbols and an example of a flowchart. As you can see, the first design of flowchart goes back to 1945, which was designed by John von Neumann. This is a question for MCQ, very important. Unlike an algorithm, flowchart uses different symbols to design a solution to a problem. We discussed the algorithms. They were the steps mentioned in simple English to solve a given problem. And if those problem solution steps are like presented in a form of symbols, because pictures talks 1,000 words, we all believe that. So it leaves a greater impact and understanding. So flowchart are more user-friendly when compared to algorithms. It is another commonly used programming tool. So when we talk about programming tools, so algorithms and flowcharts are complementary to each other. In general, a flowchart is a diagram that uses different symbols to visually represent the flow of data. By looking at a flowchart, one can understand the operations and sequence of operations performed in a system. This is why flowchart is often considered as a blueprint of a design used for solving a specific problem. So, flowchart are always welcomed more when compared to algorithms. A flowchart is nothing but a graphical or a pictorial representation of an algorithm with the help of different symbols, shapes, and arrows to demonstrate a process or a program. With algorithms, we can easily understand a program. Several standard symbols are applied in a flowchart. Now, here is the list of all the symbols used. Okay, now this, as you can see, there is a terminal box that is represented using this oval shape. There is an input-output box that is represented using a parallelogram. The process or the like calculation box, जिसको बोलते हैं, we use a rectangular box for it. The decision symbol is a rhombus or a diamond shaped symbol, which is for decision making statements like if and else. And this decision box will be having arrows from three sides. From top, flow in coming, from down, flow out will be from two ways. If the condition is true or if the condition is false, both the ways. Then there is a connector arrows, that is flow lines, जिसको बोलते हैं. Okay, top, down, right or left. Now, next, the symbols above represent different parts of flowchart. The process in a flowchart can be expressed through boxes and arrows with different sizes and colors. In a flowchart, we can easily highlight certain elements and relationship between each part. There are certain guidelines that need to be followed while working with flowchart. Just have a look at it. The title for every flowchart is compulsory. That is, जब आप flowchart बनाएं तो उसके ऊपर उसका comment के form में purpose जरूर लिखें कि इस flowchart में आप क्या दिखाना चाह रहे हैं. There must be a start and end point for every flowchart. Start and end के लिए we use that bubble symbol. This terminal box जिसको बोलते हैं, ये start, इसमें start लिखी है शुरू में, और this should terminate with the same symbol but writing as end, labeling it as end. तो हर एक flowchart का start and end point होना चाहिए. The symbols used in flowchart should have only one entry point on the top and the exit point for symbols, except for decision is on the bottom. Button नहीं bottom होगा. Next, there should be two exit points for decision. अभी बताया आपको. Input एक होगा top से आएगा, output down में या left या right में जाएगा as an output pertaining to true or false sides. The flow of flowchart is generally from top to bottom, but in some cases it can also flow to upward direction, looping में. अगर हमें एक particular iteration को दिखाना है तो हमें upward pointing arrow भी लगाना पड़ता है at times. The direction of the flow control should be indicated by arrowheads. The operations for every step should be written inside the symbol. The language used in flowchart should be simple so that it can be easily understood. The flow lines that show the direction of flow of flowchart must not cross each other. ओवरलैपिंग नहीं होने चाहिए. While connecting different pages on the same flowchart, connectors must be used. दो तरह के connectors used होते हैं, on page connector और off page connector. Okay, so I'll just show you at some point of time on page and off page connectors. Example of flowchart and algorithm. Suppose we have this example to calculate the area of a circle. So algorithm क्या आएगा? मैंने step 1 वाइज लिखा. Step 1 start, step 2 input radius of a circle. Step 3 use formula pi r square and store the value answer into the variable area. या पूरा formula ही लिख दो, area is equals to pi r square. ठीक. Step 4 print area and stop. तो इसी का अगर हमें एल्गोरिदम का फ्लो चार्ट बनाना हो तो कैसे बनाएंगे? स्टार्ट सिंबल, रीड r, that is radius, फॉर्मूला लिखो, एरिया इज इक्वल्स टू पाई की वैल्यू 3.14 into r पाई r स्क्वायर हो गया. प्रिंट द वैल्यू ऑफ एरिया एंड स्टॉप. So this is how it goes. Second example I have taken up. Design an algorithm and flowchart to input 50 numbers and calculate their sum. Okay, कोई भी 50 numbers users input कराइए, उसका sum निकालिए. तो algorithm first step start, initialize the count variable to 0, initialize sum variable to 0, ये initialization है. Read a number, let's say x, add 1 to number in the count variable, जो count 0 था, अब एक number read हो गया, तो count is equals to count plus 1. Add the number x to the sum is equals to sum plus x. फिर is the count variable in the memory greater than 50? तो count check करो. If count greater than equals to 50, तो if true, तो display the sum and go to step 8, that is stop. Else repeat from step 4, that is again read a number, add 1 to count and the sum the variable and this way. इस तरह से इसका फ्लो चार्ट अगर हम बनाएं तो ऐसा आएगा. स्टार्ट x इक्वल्स टू 1, सम इक्वल्स टू 0. राइट. अब हमने 1 से इनिशियलाइज करा और सम को 0 से इनिशियलाइज करा. पहला नंबर रीड करा, रीड n. सम इज इक्वल्स टू सम प्लस x किया. राइट. तो सम हो गया x इज इक्वल्स टू x प्लस 1. काउंटर वेरिएबल है ये, x इज नथिंग बट काउंट. नाउ इज काउंट लेस देन इक्वल्स टू 50? अगर ये कंडीशन ट्रू है तो we'll go up and this is wrong. This is wrong. Mind it, ये arrow यहाँ से आएगा. Is x is less than equals to 50? If yes, it should enter at this position, not this. ये गलत हो जाएगा. Sum equals to 0 दोबारा reinitialize नहीं होना है. This arrow should be pointing at this position. All of you mind it. Read n पे means एक नया नंबर रीड करेंगे और जो पुराने सम था उसी में सम इज इक्वल टू सम प्लस एक्स करते जाएंगे और एक्स की वैल्यू प्लस वन करके बढ़ती रहेगी. ओके, क्योंकि अगर आप ऐसे करोगे तो ये नेवर एंडिंग लूप बन जाएगा, क्योंकि x की वैल्यू हमेशा 1 से इनिशियलाइज होगी और हमेशा 1 + 1 2 होगी. 2 हमेशा 50 से कम होगा, तो ये इनफाइनाइट हो जाएगा. ये गलत है यार, ये एरो नीचे आना चाहिए इस पोजीशन पे. राइट. इफ नो मतलब 50 नंबर्स आप रीड कर चुके, उसका सम डिस्प्ले कराइए, स्टॉप. सो दिस इज हाउ वी हैव completed the topic on flowchart. So I hope flowcharting is clear. You will understand more once you will practice the problems. I'll share the questions with you in your WhatsApp group, for which you will be required to write an algorithm and a flowchart for the same as a practice exercise for yourself. So that's all for today. Thank you.